think this is the perfect time to talk about this article right now. And that is, you know, basically they're saying that, you know, the majors, the music majors' dominance on a platform like Spotify is dwindling. So basically, you know, they've been losing over the years like a specific percentage of their dominance every year since 2017. And that they also said that by 2030, I mean, 2030, come on, right? By 2030, Spotify will be an independent artist dominant platform. So basically, the majors will be gone.
It's going to be Bandcamp.
Right. But I'm just like, well, that's if Spotify is still around, you know, because the majors are like, I mean, say what you want to about the majors, but that's like, that's Wall Street. That's big business, right? So the majors are going to do what they need to do to make money, right? And if it means like, hey, you know what, Spotify, you're not the new kid on the block right now. There's another platform. That's where we're going. That's where they're going. You know, they will leave. And that's why I think that if you look at an article like this where the music labels, the majors, they see the writing on the wall. And for Spotify to think that you've been screwing independent artists around, you're going to screw them, you're going to continue to screw them around until 2030? Yeah, that is just absolutely insane to me. Like, you know what? We are screwing independent artists. And at some point, our platform will be an independent artist dominant platform. It's just like, no, because you're not even going to be around. Artists, like the writing is on the wall. People are starting to see that. That's why you have platforms like Rhythmic Rebellion, you know, not quite sure where that's going, but it's a smart idea, right? So what do you think about this? I mean, you think that the majors see the writing on the wall and they see that not only with platforms like Spotify, but even other sort of like disruptive platforms like Apple and Amazon are starting to realize that we need to do more for the artists. So they're already out in front of it. And the majors know that, you know, it's their time is coming. What do you think about that?
Well, I think one of the biggest failures of record companies in the last couple of years is that they allowed Spotify to play their content, but not have any control of how they play their content. And what I mean by that is that if I'm an independent artist and I put my music on Spotify, it's in the same position as a famous artist like Rihanna. It's in the same level. Like there's no distinction between my music and her music. And there should have been. There should have been a way to be like, well, this is more important to you than the independent people. And that's why independent artists are taking over the Spotify platform, because there's no distinction between, like, you go on iTunes, right? Yeah. iTunes has all of the major artists at the top of the platform. And so you know who to buy. When you go on Spotify, they're just like, there's some new music and here's some playlists. And the playlists have more control over the platform than the labels do. That's a big no-no. Because the labels don't have any control over who puts the playlist together.
You know, listen, I mean, it's the right, okay. You know, every time we chat, every time we're on a pod, Spotify always comes up. There is not a week that we do not bring up Spotify. And I made the prediction of 8 to 10 years when Spotify is actually doesn't even exist. You're saying even like maybe a few years, 3 to 5 years. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, it depends. It depends really what happens with Tidal and Amazon and these other companies. Like Amazon has the money to really push Spotify out of the way. And Tidal is going to get there. If they're turning into a bank, Tidal is going to be there with the money and influence very shortly.
Dude.
Very, very shortly. The amount of money that goes through Cash App and Square right now, imagine you put that behind our music streaming service. Because the infrastructure for Tidal is there. They have the apps.
It's already set up.
The music is there. It's all set up. All they have to do is do the push, because they've been doing a very light push.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, I'll go on the internet and I'll see a title has a sale for $4 or whatever.
Yeah.
Every so often, but
Mhm.
title hasn't put the backbone of the industry behind them.
Yeah.
And Spotify is skating by on the graces of God's good luck at this
Yeah.
point.